Here's an update of our sunflower seeds, and they've been in the ground now about 3 weeks, and they're starting to show some signs of life and getting a little bit taller.
Tom planted sunflower seeds in this one, and I think that is just going to be lovely.
And some nice flowers. They kind of resemble the sunflowers. Of course, the scarecrow kind of keeping all the varmints away. Here's an update on the rest of the garden so far. Right straight ahead there, you see the sweet potatoes, and just adjacent to that you find 2 rows. Doesn't look like there's much on there, but those are small pumpkin seeds in here, and they're just starting to germinate now. So we'll get more activity on that pretty quick. A little bit farther up, you'll see the tomato plant's been kind of struggling a little bit, but they're starting to come alive. We've been experiencing some real hot weather, humid, and that's exactly what they love. We have some beans growing on this side of the fence here. Figured that way they can climb up the fence, and it'll be a good place for them to bloom out. And the other plants over there are doing well. You have green beans over there. We've got cucumbers. There are some very interesting gourds that are in those 2 rows right there, and they're ready to start climbing. So we'll give you more updates as we go along.
Job finished. Looks good. Now we have to get some new gravel for in there and put some lights on the fence. He did a really good job getting that even, and that wasn't easy to do. Of course, Chloe is overseeing everything.
It's June 20th, 2024. Here's an update on our garden. Cucumbers are coming up very well. A row of sweet potatoes also doing well. Tomato plants, not so much. There's one good size one there right up front, several in the back. Still pretty small for being in there for about a month. And we've got some pumpkins here. They're coming up. You'll see those as they develop here in the next week or so. They'll get much taller. So there's not a lot in there. Tomatoes, like I said, the sweet potatoes, pumpkins, and these are pumpkins that they'll be able to make a pumpkin pie out of if you wanted to go through that trouble. Back over there along the fence line, there's green beans and green pea pods. The cucumbers there are doing very well. And ornamental gourds on this one end over here. So that's a bit of an update. And along this side of the fence, there's some more green beans here. Figured just go ahead and use up the seeds and see what happens. So there we go. Well, we've got a garden update for you. It is Tuesday, July 2nd, and the garden has changed quite a bit. As you can see from this angle shot here, we'll go down and we'll kind of take a look at some of the things we've done. But right from the get-go here, you can see that there are soaker hoses in and around the garden now. That should keep it moist. It's been very dry here. It seems like if we get rain the very next day, it tends to dry out. So this is going to help keep it moist, and we won't have to be spraying the water on the leaves, because that can cause a lot of disease. So here we go. We'll go down there and take a look. Look at some of the green beans that we put just alongside this fence. Makes it real nice and easy for them. They can just go ahead, crawl up the fence, and it'll be easy for us to go ahead and get the beans off the vines as well. You can kind of see we've got two different fences here. There's some chicken wire, and the deer kind of came over and visited this and kind of ate up a few of the green bean plants. So we put some more rubber netting on it, and that should help keep them out of there. Okay, so let's go take a look at the garden, and it is really taking hold. As you can see straight ahead, these are the cucumber plants, and there's just a lot of blossoms on it. There's going to be more cucumbers than we can probably eat, but I guess that's what happens here. So we'll probably give a lot of those away. So as you can kind of see, those cucumbers are climbing up. Those are hog panels that we have for those. So just to encourage that the plant grows up and not sideways, because if they were going to go sideways, they're going to run right into this plant right here. And these are gourds, and you can kind of see there's a new gourd down there, and that one just kind of blossomed out. So we'll have plenty. Now we also have a hog panel here that they can climb up, hopefully, and stay contained with the garden. Here's another set of gourds, and these are just more decorative gourds, nothing edible. So we'll see with that. They can go either on the panel here, or they can go on a fence over here. So they have plenty of movement to grow throughout the season. We've been watching is some more green beans, and we had to encourage these plants to grow up versus side to side. So this is already working for us, and we'll just kind of let them grow as much as they want. If they get over the top, we'll double them back and they can grow back up again. So should be a pretty good crop of beans. There's a lone gourd, probably from a seed from last year, and it just happened to take over this corner of the garden. So we're just going to let it go. We did have to put some bird netting on that fence over there to kind of keep it contained, because it was wanting to go outside. So we're going to just try and keep it inside the confines of this fence here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, our tomato plants haven't been doing all that well. Now this one is doing quite well. It's really filling out. There is one tomato that is growing on here at this point, but quite a few blossoms have surfaced here, so we do kind of expect that it'll get in high gear shortly. There are a lot of smaller tomato plants that just haven't seemed to do very well at all, and we're watching them. We'll see what happens, but we had a lot of rain early on that might have affected them, but we're hoping that they do recover and give us a few tomatoes here and there. There's another one right here. This one is also struggling. Another one right here. This one broke off, probably in a recent storm. It looks like it may come back okay, but we'll see. And there's another one right over here, kind of butting right up against the cucumber plant, so they'll be fighting for space as we go forward. Sweet potatoes are doing very well here, and every day that seems to be getting wider and wider and longer and longer. So we should have a very good sweet potato crop here. We all love sweet potatoes. Now in this section here, this is sugar pumpkins, edible pumpkins. And we tried something a little bit different here to make sure that these stay contained. We built almost like a lean-to here with very fine netting, and hopefully that will keep them contained. They'll grow to this middle panel here called a hog panel. And same with this side here, also same thing, sugar pumpkin. And they can grow also into this grating here and hopefully be contained, and will keep them you know, very healthy throughout the season. Today we also set all the bricks along the garden. A lot of them were kind of topsy-turvy, bent, upside down, so we created a better straight line for all the bricks, kind of outline the garden. Okay, this other part of the garden, as you can see, these sunflower seeds have just really done well in just the last couple of weeks. They've really taken off, and you can kind of see this inside the barrel. These are smaller size. These will get about 2 feet tall, and then they're mature. In this center area here, we have them all different sizes, starting from the front. They will be the smaller, and then eventually the larger on the back. Right now it looks like it's opposite of that, but it will probably pan out as we get them more mature. Inside here, also some smaller sunflowers, and those are in a wash bin, very antique wash bin. And here's some larger ones along the side over here. We'll put some netting over the top, keep the birds out of there. Had a few that the birds got over the last several days, so we're just being a little bit more cautious on that. So there's your update for right now. We'll give you an update a little bit later as things really mature. So we'll see you then. She's been supervising all the activity today, but she wanted to make sure that we were doing everything proper, and guess we got the A1 approval from her. She has a guest over this week. This is Stella. And Stella has been enjoying the outdoors. And you can kind of see that she's waiting for dinner. So there we go. Another look at Chloe. So we'll see you the next time for the next garden update.